from the sports weekend. So to wrap it up, we're going to go to our hometown Chicago Bears, and we're going to discuss the house cleaning that needs to happen in this organization. So Danny being, here locally with me in Chicago, I'm going to let him go first. Danny, do the Bears need to take out the trash? Who needs to go from this organization?
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to be at the game. It was a great experience at Arrowhead. Fans were awesome. It actually turned in. It actually didn't turn out like at the beginning that fun. It was a lot of making fun of me for being a Bears fan. Take that, we just scored on you. And then it started to turn. After the fourth and fifth touchdown is when they were like, hey, dude, we're just really sorry for you, man. Like we just feel bad. Like hope you didn't take that personally, right? And that's honestly what it's felt like to be a Bears fan for the past, like, I don't know, ever. Because it turns out to be competitive at the beginning and you're going at each other's throats at the beginning of the game, and then the other team just feels sorry for you and sorry for just beating you into the dirt. And you know what? The Bears fans, we deserve this because each week we put on the Bears jersey, we act like it's going to be anything different. We put our heart on the line, and then it just gets, boom, ripped in two. So can't expect anything different. I think there was a lot of hope going into this year with the added weapons and hopefully the more experience on the defensive side of the ball, at least in the backfield, has not made a difference. In fact, they look worse than last year. And last year, I thought they were at least competitive in a lot of games, even though they lost pretty much everything. They at least looked competitive and had some life to them. This year, they just look lifeless. Lack of execution, and worst of all, lack of effort.
Yeah, I think that sums it up a lot. Are you in favor of any changes?
At this point, so if they're going to make changes, they have to clear out the head coach and the quarterback, and this GM has to stay until the next quarterback leaves, because I'm tired of having the coach and the GM and the quarterback not all on the same page. The GM has to pick the coach, and the GM and the coach have to pick the player that they want. Too many times it's just been 2 out of 3 or 1 out of the 3 are there, and it's just not ever lined up. And then we're just in the same process again in 3 or 4 years. So if Justin Fields goes, Matt Eberflus needs to go, and vice versa. Ryan Poles, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, let him stay a few more years, but if Fields goes, so does Eberflus. Right now, I won't make that decision. It's too early in the season, but it's definitely headed in that direction.
Yeah, I'll give my thoughts as we conclude here. But Corey, your thoughts on the Chicago Bears? Do we need to clean house? Would you make any changes? What would you do?
Yeah, I thought about this for a while, and I agree with Danny. I think it's too early in the season, but it's never too early to start planning. So I would give him some more time in case he pulls off a miracle. But I think all the Colts fans that I know would agree that Eberflus, in general, as a general rule, has to go at all times. Get him out. I think getting him out is the start. I don't know if the GM is really the answer, and I don't think that Fields is even going to want to be there if they fire people. So you probably have to move him too. Tank for Williams, try to hit a home run with a head coach, and evaluate the GM, I suppose. But the problem seems to come from ownership. Somebody from the top down is a problem. Like, if you've had this kind of sustained problems, speaking as a Browns fan, I know all about it. You've got problems from the very tippy top down. How do you get rid of owners?
Yeah, I think that the issue number one, the Bears need to move to Arlington Heights, right? Get it, and I say that all kind of tongue in cheek, but I really do think that we need a facility, probably a dome, that people actually want to play for, right? Play in. So that's number one. Become an actual destination people would actually want to play for. Number two, probably both Eberflus and Getsy need to go. Fields probably needs to go as well. Probably all three. It's a three-headed monster right now, and all three need to go. And I look at that and I think, the Carolina pick is looking. Carolina's been competitive, but the Carolina pick is looking very enticing if they continue down this road. It's them and the Broncos are going to be battling it out for 0-16. Uh, but so I do think we'll be in the Drake May sweepstakes, in the um, Caleb Williams sweepstakes, somewhere in that top 3. So I think you have a chance to hit the reset button. I don't know, maybe throw something at Lincoln Riley potentially. Get a package deal with both of them. I don't know, maybe Chicago Bears give Deion Sanders a call, see what he's doing, next year. I don't think Eberflus, because you cannot just look at this year for the Bears. You got to look at last year and not forget that we went 3-14. So I think all of that combined, and you take that in the aggregate, and to me, Eberflus definitely got to go. Getsy definitely got to go, and Fields probably trade for draft capital, rebolster your offensive line, and add a few more pieces on defense. Roschon Johnson looks like a very good player. I think we actually did a good job scouting that. Roschon Johnson, getting him in the 5th round. I think that was a great draft pick. And
I like
DJ
Darnell
Moore,
Wright.
Yep, Darnell Wright was good as well. And we know DJ Moore can play. So it's not DJ Moore. So we got to get it figured out. And hopefully, if we lose to the Broncos, if the Broncos drop a 70-piece on us in just pure frustration for having a 70-piece dropped on them, it's over. Everyone just head home. Just head home. Warm up the bus for the rest of the season. Oh man. That kind of wraps it up for us and our sadness for the Chicago Bears and recapping this week in sports. But any final comments from Danny and or Corey?
Terrible way to end the show.
Yeah, just sad.
Man,